Good morning and welcome to RC Truth Media. Today I have yet another truth to reveal to the world. This time it's about cryptocurrencies. Let's get started. The first thing I would like to show you is an article. This one's from the Daily Economist. It's titled, "Is Bitcoin and Other Cryptocurrencies the Result of a Government Experiment Imagined 12 Years Before Satoshi White Paper?" It's a coincidence, or is it, or irony, that the now famous Satoshi white paper that started the cryptocurrency industry was published during the very month of the financial crisis that many analysts believe was sufficient enough to take down the entire economic system, because certain documents uncovered from the NSA going back to 1996 may point to a correlation between the government and Bitcoin, and how the current cryptocurrency frenzy might possibly be an experiment for the future of government controlled money. Of course, many Bitcoin evangelists will simply ignore this possibility, especially since they are integrally staked towards the success of this and other cryptocurrencies. But all one has to do is look at Al Gore and his monetary ties to the pushing of man-made global warming and the desire to see money become nothing more than carbon credits to realize that to find the truth of any given matter, one must always follow the money. So with this in mind, what possible evidence is there that Bitcoin and the concept of cryptocurrencies may be either driven by the government as a mechanism to eliminate cash or as a platform to provide a new system altogether that replaces sovereign fiat currencies? Well, in 1996, the NSA, that's right, a government agency, published a white paper titled "How to Make a Mint: The Cryptography of Anonymous Electronic Cash." And in this white paper, analysts and researchers laid out the entire breadth and scope of replacing cash and other fiat currencies with a completely digital currency based on anonymous cryptocurrencies. And they did this 12 years before the anonymous Satoshi Nakamoto published his or her white paper on the very eve of the financial collapse. That's right. What is also interesting, when you do a world cloud of the information compiled in the 1996 NSA document, is that the world's bit and coins occur in the most frequent 300 words of the search. Cryptocurrencies in general should be considered as public enemy number one to central banks and sovereign governments, but so far there has been only a modicum of resistance to their creation and implementation, and in instances like Japan they are readily becoming accepted into their economies and monetary systems. Yet, make no mistake, if something threatens the sovereignty of a nation's money, history shows that governments have been quick to destroy it before it has a potential to compete or threaten their own controlled legal tender. Now, this is a great paper here that demonstrates the potential problems we may be experiencing with cryptocurrencies. I myself have about $1,000 invested in the cryptocurrencies, and this is because I don't like what's happening to the purchasing power of the dollar. I don't like what's happening in the economy, with the world economy. I don't like the research that I've been finding about our currency, and so I've been trying to find sovereign currencies, other ways to preserve your money and wealth. So I've been stacking up on gold, silver, cryptos, and I've got a handful of cryptocurrencies because you can't just put all your money in one basket, especially when it's risky like this. So let's go over to another article, something I want to talk about now. Um, so right here it says the true meaning behind Bitcoin captured in the Genesis block by Satoshi Nakamoto. On January 3rd, 2009, the first event on the Bitcoin blockchain occurred. Its founder placed an important notation indicating the true intent behind what he had just created. The London Times ran a cover story entitled "Chancellor on Brink of Second Bailouts for Bank." This title was quoted and embedded into the very first transaction ever to be included in the new Bitcoin blockchain by Satoshi Nakamoto. So let's go look at this very first transaction back on Bitcoin and see what it says. Here it is on Coinbase. If it's decoded, it comes out to the Times, 03 January 2009. Chancellor on brink of second bailouts for banks. Okay, this is in 2009 in the financial crisis when the banks did need a bailout. So this is when the first transaction was done for cryptocurrencies. Right on time. Is this a coincidence? Well, let's go and talk about something else. Back in the first article I showed you, it said that there was in 1996, the NSA, a government agency, published a white paper titled How to Make a Mint, the Cryptography of Anonymous Electronic Cash. Let's go look at that document right now. Here it is. It says How to Make a Mint, the Cryptography of Anonymous Electronic Cash. Now let's just look at the introduction, and I'll read this to you, and tell me how similar it is to cryptocurrencies. With the onset of the information age, our nation is becoming increasingly dependent upon network communications. Computer-based technology is significantly impacting our ability to access, store, and distribute information. Among the most important uses of this technology is electronic commerce, performing financial transactions via electronic information exchange over telecommunication lines. A key requirement for electronic commerce is the development of secure and efficient electronic payment systems. The need for security is highlighted by the rise of the Internet, which promises to be a leading medium for future electronic commerce. Electronic payment systems come in many forms, including digital checks, debit cards, credit cards, and stored value cards. The visual security features for such systems are private, protection from eavesdropping, authenticity, provides user identification and message integrity, and non-repudiation, prevention of later denying having performed a transaction. If you go down, we're talking about electronic signatures, digital signatures, which is the same exact thing that we have in cryptocurrencies. They can be considered the digital analog to a handwritten signature. Signatures are based on a public key cryptography in such a crypto system. Each user has a secret key and a public key. This is exactly like cryptocurrency. The secret key is used to create a digital signature, and the public key is needed to verify the digital signature. Same thing. So let's go down. Okay, several innovative payment schemes providing user anonymity and payment untraceability have been found. Although no particular payment system has been thoroughly analyzed, the cryptography itself appears to be sound and to deliver the promised anonymity. One of the key features that cryptocurrency has had and has attracted to the public is this anonymity feature, which was also in the NSA paper. What is electronic cash? We begin by carefully defining electronic cash. This term is often applied to any electronic payment scheme that superficially resembles cash to the user. In fact, however, electronic cash is a specific kind of electronic payment scheme defined by a certain cryptographic properties. We now focus on these properties. Electronic payment. The term electronic commerce refers to any financial transaction involving the electronic transmission of information. The packets of information being transmitted are commonly called electronic tokens. One should not confuse the token, which is a sequence of bits, with the physical medium used to store and transmit the information. The exact same thing that is on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, these tokens. Okay, so every way that you see, everything that I read right here is exactly the same thing as cryptocurrencies. Okay, the problem with counterfeiting, it can't be counterfeited. Cryptographic description, we give a high level description of electronic cash protocols in terms of basic authentication mechanisms. Okay, public key, that's right, you have a public key, same exact thing as cryptos. So, and then it tells you right here, basically what happens in this system. So this is the new system that we are inevitably going to, that I believe the NSA, our government, has been involved with, along with the CIA, and who knows who else. It says right here in London. So, London is tied to the Federal Reserve System. London is tied to all of our banks. Rothschilds are over there. So a lot of this, I do believe that the governments are trying to get their hand on the cryptocurrencies. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to also dip my hands in it as well, because we are using what the governments are using right now, and as time goes on, unless the people take over and we have a true republic, then I would say go ahead and get you some cryptos, because for now we're still in the hands of these bad guys. But good news is, a lot of these markets, there's a G7 summit coming up, which Trump's saying, he doesn't like, he doesn't want to be a part of. And so all these bad deals, we're seeing a change. We're seeing a definite change in the system. I just wanted to let you guys know how I feel about the creation of cryptocurrency today and what's been going on. Right here, the first block ever on Bitcoin. Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. The Chancellor somewhere in London, right? 2009 was the prime time of the financial crisis. So it's definitely not a coincidence that cryptocurrencies came out right on time. And right now it's 2018. We are in the brink of another financial crisis. So everybody, get you some gold, silver, cryptos, goods, food, water, all of that. Backup in case the electricity goes out. Thank you very much. You can like and subscribe to my channel. There's a link below that I'll leave. If you would like to donate to me at PayPal, all the money that I get goes to paying my bills. I have 3 children, currently going to college, and I'm trying to get the truth out to everybody out there. I do take a couple hours a day to make these videos, barely started, and I would like to get a lot more people listening, because I do have a lot of good information to get out there. Thank you very much for stopping by. I'll see you again soon.